Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us to NXT, where the future doesn't wait, it takes. And again, welcome to another episode of WWE 2K26 Universe Mode. Here is on NXT. Every match is an opportunity. Every victory changes the landscape of NXT as we are making our road to Battleground Tampa. All these matches matter. All these matches are important to the cause. Every star here is fighting to prove they belong on the biggest stage. And tonight, one of NXT's hottest stars right now, Ricky Saints, a man who's got scouts out here looking at him. Scouts that were sent by Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce, Rey Mysterio, Eric Bischoff, and Tommy Dreamer / Mark Henry. You know, all of them out here looking at Ricky Saints. And hell, even I've heard Ricky Saints flirting with TNA Wrestling too. Jesus, this guy's just going for everybody. And he's going to continue to look to his rise here in NXT to manage his way up and I guess leave us here in NXT. But setting his way tonight's an unpredictable and electrifying star that's going to be a rising star here in NXT. Give him his time. Usually we'll see him on Evolve on right after NXT. Usually that's the show that comes right after NXT's Evolve. Starboy Charlie. And he's determined to make a big statement here tonight. A big statement against an established star of NXT, a man who's won championships here in NXT, a man who's got quite the resume behind him as well. Ricky Saints, a great talent, and Starboy Charlie is going to try his best here to go against that. A couple other matches tonight as well. The women's division always top tier here in NXT, and nonetheless here tonight is still on fire as Blake Monroe will team up with the high-flying Ruca to battle the dangerous Jazmyn Nix right now, who's saying she's on her way out. She's on her way out, and she doesn't care, so she's got nothing to lose anymore. And a star from Evolve in Layla Diggs, who also wants to make her name proven and wants to do what she can. So with the momentum right now that Blake Monroe and Ruca have, you gotta wonder where they're going here in NXT. Is there scouts out here as well looking at them? And we'll see what happens, but expect nothing more than chaos in that matchup. And then later tonight as well, the Cruiserweight Champion is in action in a non-title matchup. TNA Superstar Cedric Alexander will face against Buzz. And Buzz is a young man who's trying to get himself in the counters here, trying to get himself a contract on NXT, Evolve, wherever he can to start his years, to start his time going. And we'll see what the man from TNA and our NXT Cruiserweight Champion is capable of tonight. And in our main event, it's going to be Fatal Influences, Fallon, Henley, and Lainey Reid looking to tighten their grip on the NXT Women's Division, looking to tighten their grip on maybe getting an NXT Women's Championship, as they're going to face the hard-hitting Flammer and the fearless Elyana Black. Elyana Black making her way from Impact Wrestling tonight and told Flammer, look, you're from AAA, you got the Reign of the Reigners Championship, maybe if I team up with you tonight and we win, you give me a chance at that title. And Flammer was like, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But the future of WWE is on display tonight. This is NXT, and this is right now as we see where the stars are made, because Starboy Charlie is trying to get himself a powerbomb, but nothing there at all. And now a takedown right here, a crossface on the face of Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints is going to tap here if he's not careful here. And Charlie smacking him across the face. Great job right there, man. Great job. As this is the opening contest of NXT tonight, and I'm excited for what the rest of the show brings. But this one right here is going back and forth and back and forth. And Ricky Saints is having a challenge here from Starboy Charlie. Good for him. He is challenging him right now. He is challenging it. I know Ricky was trying to control the pace with the veteran confidence, but Charlie's using his speed and creativity to change that. And I hope that he can steal the matchup somehow. We'll wait and see right now. We'll wait and see what's going on with these two. There's the shots being traded off right there. Being traded off, and I know Ricky is very confident. He says everyone just keeps asking him what's next for him, what's next, and his answer's been simple. He's just going to keep remaining the same guy, the same undeniably handsome guy that this is his lines, not mine, that he is. And he's just going to be undeniably the best. And whoever gets him is going to be in for a big big reward, as he knows the payday is huge for him, as Ricky Saints hit that spear, as he's now trying to close it out. Ricky Saints finishing this one. Ricky Saints, the revolution is here, and the revolutionary one now is going to be televised as Ricky Saints with a W. And you can't fault Starboy Charlie. It just wasn't in his cards. Wait. That's Rook. That's Rook. Oh, no. Oh, this is a big one. These two have had some issues. A new star against a star leaving the building. Huh. And with Battleground coming around, I think that is when Mason Rook just asked Ricky Saints. He told him, you, me, Battleground, Tampa Bay. Let's go. And we'll see if that match does get approved by Robert Stone. But up next, this is a tag team matchup right here. So Ruca, Blake Monroe got history in the past of teaming up with each other in backstage brawls. And now they got to face Jazmyn Nix and her partner from Evolve, Layla Diggs. And Layla Diggs and Jazmyn Nix hoping to make it. Look, Soul's trying to tell her, I'm getting no. Blake's like, no, you go over there. I'm going to get this. And Soul's like, no, I could start this. And Blake's like, no, that's not a good start. I mean, they've never been best of friends. They were just kind of partners on that backstage brawl because they had to be. Syra and Soul had a feud, and Soul was like, you know what? I get a chance to get a shot at you, so why not attack you now? And why not? Why not go after her in that situation, right? You know, Blake right now and Soul, I've been told, are definitely targets of Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They're scouts as well. The same scouts that are out here for Ricky Saints are also out here to see Soul and Blake. Are we seeing their time coming to an end in NXT? It's a possibility. And right now, Jazmyn Nix, who's told everybody, I'm not re-signing my contract, I'm not coming back, but they want to still put me in matches. That's cool. I'll ride off into the sunset with W's. Like I'm over people like this, over people like Soul Ruca and Blake Monroe getting all the spotlight, all the press, all everything. I'm done with this. And hey, she's still getting her contract. There's still months left on her contract before it runs out. In a long time from now. But she's letting everyone know she ain't re-signing, man. She ain't re-signing. But meanwhile, her partner Layla Diggs says, well, I'm staying here and Evolve, and I kind of want to win. And I want to build momentum. So if I can beat Blake Monroe and Soul Ruca, that helps me get to the top. That helps me get much better into it. And Blake and Soul are looking at this as a, you know what, we want a match. You know, we fought, we've wrestled together. Maybe there could be something more to it. Or maybe this could just be Robert Stone telling the other GMs, like, you guys are looking at both of them at the same time. Here you go. Put them in a tag team matchup, and maybe what it is. And that's the tough part for Robert Stone as a general manager. You help develop a lot of these stars. You put them all in the spotlight. Give them a chance to shine. And those who do shine the brightest get called up like that. And you just lost the star that you gave all the opportunity to. But the one thing I do love about Robert Stone is that he's willing to continue. He's willing to continue the show. And, you know, the show goes on. And he continues to give more and more people the opportunity to show their talents. He doesn't hide it. He doesn't hold them back. He allows them to be the greatest that they can be. So that way they can go and dominate Raw and SmackDown. And Layla Diggs coming with the big knees. Nothing there at all. And now Blake Monroe counters that one. And now putting her back in the corner here. But Layla counters it with that one. You know, and this is Layla Diggs. Wants to prove that she belongs here. Wants to prove that she belongs on NXT permanently. Yeah, she's on Evolve. And Evolve's got great young talent. But that's what it is. It's great talent that's learning how to get to the next level, which is NXT. You know, they're still ways away from the main roster, but they are also not far away from NXT, but they need some wins. They need some confidence being built. And, you know, you get some great talent from Evolve. I mean, our NXT North American champion, our women's North American champion, Kendall Gray, came from there. And look at her now. She's a North American champion, pulling off those wins. And, you know, I think one thing that everyone always brings up about Soul Ruca, and I'm going to do the same thing, is her athletic ability. It just amazes people what she can do. In such a short time that she's been here in the WWE, she's been one of the most impressive women to come along in NXT and light up the sky. You know? And look, look. You cannot like her, you can dislike her, but you really have to try hard to dislike Soul. She does a great job. She's got a great attitude about her, great positivity, and if you piss her off too much, yeah, she'll take you to the next level and she'll kick your ass. So that's, you know, you can't hate too much on it, but that's just how some people are. But Layla trying to come up on Soul, and this is a big challenge right here. Layla is trying to tell Soul, like, I'm trying to take your position here. Once you leave to SmackDown or Raw, I want your position. I want to take your spot. And look at Ruca with a drop kick. And a tag right there to Jazmyn Nix, who was a part of the Fatal Influence. And, well, they're like, well, if you're leaving us, we replaced you with Lainey Reid, so we're good. We're good without you. And pinfalls right here for Jazmyn Nix, a kick out by Ruca. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, after this matchup, we will have the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Impact Wrestler, TNA Impact Wrestler, or TNA Wrestler, Cedric Alexander, competing in a match against Buzz, who is another star that Robertson said, look, you don't have a contract with us, but I can pay you this much, and we could see how you do against a champion, against someone from TNA. And now we are featuring TNA wrestling in the schedule now as well. We want to see, oh, Jazmyn Nix kicking the back of Blake Monroe there. You know, Blake Monroe as well could be a part of the NXT, the Impact brand as well. I mean, you have people from Impact Wrestling here tonight scouting out NXT talent as well, seeing who they want to do. We have a nice, beautiful talent exchange. You don't have to sign into contracts. You can just ask us to borrow, and you can borrow them. That's as simple as that. And our version of TNA does include some TNA rosters, some other obscure wrestlers, some other obscure people out there. You saw our first episode. You saw that. A little bit of created wrestlers as well. So that's also another spot. If you want to see your created wrestler on Impact Wrestler, you can. And I'm going to be bringing AEW soon, but it'll be the pay-per-views I'll be doing for AEW. And TNA, we do like 3 matches, and then we're going to get to a pay-per-view, and then 3 matches, and we get to a pay-per-view. So that's how we're going to treat TNA as well. I already do a whole bunch of shows, so that's what we do. And to see talent like from NXT on TNA is going to be something you can also expect to see there. As right now, Ruca's thinking, oh, she's thinking it. Oh, Soul Snatcher! The Soul Snatcher, but why not pin? Why not pin? Why not pin? Late pin, though. What happened? The Soul there. Why did she not go for the pin? Layla Diggs is going to save her partner there. I thought she would have pinned. I thought she would have made the pin. Maybe a little bit of nerves right now, understanding that there's people watching you here that are looking to offer you a contract to live the dream of being a WWE main roster superstar on either Raw, SmackDown, WCW, ECW. And then we'll see what happens as Jazmyn Nix making the tag into Layla Diggs. Now Layla Diggs stepping into it here. And Ruca getting overpowered by Layla. But there's the quickness of Ruca to make this into her type of matchup that she wants to be in control of. And what a good tag team matchup this has been so far. But Blake has been focusing on letting Soul do all the work tonight. And I mean, she started the match wanting to be the one in the ring all the time, but no, now it's Soul just doing the work right here. Now Ruca is dropped here by Layla Diggs. And then the main event, we're going to have another women's tag team matchup in the main event. Again, the women's scene here on NXT, always great. Always so much talent. The women always knock it out of the park here in NXT. Big time sidekick there by Layla Diggs. When Fatal Influences Fallon, Henley, and Lainey Reid face off Flammer and a returning Elyana Black into NXT. A welcome back to NXT for Elyana Black, who used to be formerly known as Cora Jade. But she is at Impact Star. Soul Snatcher! Soul Snatcher from the springboard. That's impressive. And that could be the a save by Jazmyn Nix. Returning the favor from earlier. Soul's got 2 Soul Snatchers in this matchup. One on Nix and one on Diggs. And more of a night tonight to showcase some TNA talent tonight, like Cedric Alexander and Elyana Black. Both of them former talents of the WWE. And here they are tonight. And you got to give it up to them. Wait, side kick. Big time kick right there. Big time scissor kick there. And that could be the closer. That could be the closer here. But look at Jazmyn. She's like, you should have pinned her much quicker. But there's Blake. There was Blake to make the stop right there. And now Jazmyn Nix telling Ruca, this is you. This is what you wanted. Watch what's going to happen to you now. What did she got? Her suplex from there. And she got the hook, a fisherman's hook suplex right here. And it could be the closer. It could be that match. And it's the match. Wow. Jazmyn Nix and Layla Diggs picking up the win here against Ruca and Blake Monroe. But honestly, Blake didn't even do anything this match. Blake didn't even compete in this match. Like, what was Blake doing the whole time? Like, I'm sorry, Blake. I'm sorry. Like, what were you up to? Like, you didn't even have your partner's back in this one. You didn't even support her at all in this matchup. You came in for a little bit, and for the rest of the match, it was also Ruca. And yeah, of course she lost. This became a handicap matchup for her. And wow, Blake Monroe, Soul's a little upset. Blake's like, I really don't care. Whatever, we're done already here. And Soul's like, really, you let me get my ass kicked for that? As it seems to be tensions brewing right here. And Jazmyn Nix and Layla Diggs with a huge win for both of them in their positioning here. Jazmyn Nix says she's not re-signing, so she's just saying, hey, really, all this is just free time for me now. I'm getting paid for it. And Layla Diggs, this is a good way to establish yourself as somebody who wants to move to the main roster. And well, there is a fight, there is a pushback right now between Blake and Soul right there. Cameras, can we get that, or can we get some news about it? I'm hearing that they're certainly breaking on the back. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing about that? So I've just been told right now that Robert Stone has been a busy man tonight. He's made one match already with Ricky Saints and Mason Rook at Tampa Battleground Tampa. He's made another one right now. It's a 2-night event, that Battleground Tampa. We'll have 2 shows dedicated for it. We are now going to get in a backstage brawl, because why not? Blake Monroe and Ruca at Battleground Tampa. It is filling up so far, and I am excited about that. I'm excited to see what comes of it. I'm excited to see what we get from Battleground. And I know a couple other matches that we do have on the card should be very interesting that night. I know that Charlie Dempsey is going to be defending his European Championship, his NXT European Championship against Evil. We do know that for sure. You know, we know that the Men's Evolve Championship will also be on the line when Brad Baylor takes on Tyson DuPont. As for Cedric Alexander, he asked Robertson, well, where am I defending this title? Who am I going to put it up against? He's like, don't worry, you're going to defend it at Battleground, and we're going to figure out your opponents in the time coming up, and we'll figure that out as it comes. So don't freak out. It's coming your way, okay, buddy? And we'll see what happens there. Right now, Cedric Alexander working on Buzz, and look at the reversal of Buzz. This is a cruiserweight action type of matchup, and again, you have to be excited about the cruiserweights. Not just here on NXT, but WCW and AAA. There's a lot of young talent everywhere, and it's great talent everywhere, and that's what I like to see with everyone here. And look at the way Cedric moves, man. There's a reason why he beat Ray Phoenix for that championship. He didn't do it on NXT, but he did it on main event, and it was a huge win for him. It was a huge situation for him to get that W, and he went high risk and nothing there at all for Cedric, as Buzz is able to remove himself from the situation there. And high risk, oh, he missed that one. How do you miss that one, man? That's tough to watch there. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but again, you got to make the most of your opportunity here tonight on NXT. And Buzz tossing him out. Wow. Buzz tossing Cedric to the side, and now Buzz thinking, I'm going to finish this man off. I'm going to beat him here with a... Oh, he took care of business there, and Buzz is feeling good right now. Buzz is feeling like he's in the moment and taking down Cedric Alexander, taking him down again, and this is dangerous for Cedric. The champion does not want to lose. The Impact, the TNA wrestler, does not want to lose this one to an unsigned star here. One, 2, and it's a kick out though. The champ still surviving. And look at Buzz with the springboard moonsault. Nothing there at all. The most electric man right now is almost struggling. Oh, Cedric was not aware that Buzz moved out so fast. And take that one, Cedric. Buzz is looking like he wants to win this one. And imagine if he beats the Cruiserweight champion. I think you give him a match against the Cruiserweight championship. And then you give him a contract just because of the fact that he beat somebody. Maybe Buzz goes to Impact Wrestling. To TNA Wrestling. I'm still stuck on the old one. On TNA Wrestling, he goes over there. Pinfall, kick out though. Pinfall. Another announcement that we have had is from the Impact and NXT, the TNA and NXT announcement is there is a possibility for a cross-brand PLE. It's been talked about. It's been discussed. It might be on its way sooner rather than later. We also know we will have a bragging rights. Wait, pinfall by Buzz, and Buzz there's a kick out by Cedric. We also know that there is a bragging rights pay-per-view or PLE coming up as well between NXT and ECW, where NXT stars would be taking on stars of ECW. I know champions could be colliding in that one, and that should be one hell of a night. When that night does come, it'll be a night where we could see different matches, different fights, different wrestling matches, and that's what that card up would be. But we do have Battleground coming up for NXT. So many big events here. There's so many partnerships NXT is partnering up with here. And wait, a pinfall right here. Kick out. No, kick out with that DDT. Kick out though. NXT also partnering up with AAA. NXT is essentially in the middle and has pipelines to every single company, and that's the great thing for NXT, that you can continue to keep bringing in more talent, and let them rise, and then somebody's gonna want him. Somebody's gonna want to grab him, and it helps from NXT and Evolve, man. There's rumors about also acquiring a Japanese promotion as well. You know, there's rumors about it being a big name over there, as there's a certain company for sale, but we can't talk about anything yet because everything's still up in the air and for discussion. And Buzz is going high risk, and look at Buzz. Says, well, I thought this was a cruiserweight matchup. Is this not what we're supposed to do as cruiserweights? Jump around, go crazy, run wild in this one. And Cedric Alexander says, okay, you want to play that one? Okay. Cedric, not as young as he was when he started in the Cruiserweight Classic, but that him not being young, he traded in for more experience and easier ways to find how to win. He's been the naive guy. He's been the naive hero, and now he's figured something else out here with his system on TNA. And look at Cedric. He's seen one of these suplexes, won it earlier, and I think he's hoping that gets the win. But Buzz able to kick out. What great action we're getting from these guys right now. This is cruiserweight action from NXT. And I know I've said that WCW wants to have the best cruiserweight division, but when you got a guy like Cedric Alexander and you have someone like Buzz who doesn't even have a contract, but he could be a star here in NXT for the cruiserweight division, you got to give something up to NXT. You got to give it up, man. You don't need a multi-man match to prove how good your cruiserweight division is. Look at him. Look at Cedric. He's going high risk, and I think Cedric is going to put this one to bed here. Cedric with a big diving elbow. And I think that's enough to end Buzz. And this match is over. The champion still victorious. Well, he's going to be a champion no matter what, but he is victorious, and so showing that he is a level above everybody else. And great job on Cedric there to get this win. And if you're a TNA fan, definitely loving to see a guy like Cedric succeed here in NXT, as we are ready to. We have a lot in store for NXT, and that's the great part about it. So much for this talent that's in NXT's talent pool, and a lot of talent that we have into NXT. And an impromptu matchup, I'm being told. This is a matchup I wasn't expecting to see tonight. We are going to get the Speed Champion, Jack Cartwheel, against Josh Briggs. This is a non-title matchup, so no titles are on the line. But I did not expect to see this one tonight. I thought we were going to get this next week. I was told by Robert Stone that next week this match was going to be a match that I would see next week. But hey, you know, things change, I guess. And I will take that. I will take this matchup then. And we'll see how this matchup goes. You know, Josh Briggs is a dominant big man. Meanwhile, Jack Cartwheel, sorry, is an impressive cruiserweight, an impressive man. And I know he's already been talking to Penta. He's been telling Penta, look, him and I met in AAA. You know, he said, hey, look, you have a lot of potential to be someone great. You have potential to be the next big thing, honestly, in wrestling, if you do everything right. And essentially, Cartwheel took his opportunity, and he shot his shot and told him, hey, well, how about you defend that championship against me? And you know, we could do that. You defend that title, and if you beat me, you beat me. Cool. If I beat you, imagine I beat you, I take that championship from you. And Penta being the guy he is, essentially told him, you know what? At AAA TakeOver, we'll do it. At AAA TakeOver, I'll defend my championship against you. And I will go up against you one-on-one, and we'll compete for my championship, and we'll do what we need to do. And at AAA TakeOver, I'm excited because, you know, not a lot of matches or any of matches have been announced for it. But I am excited because we do have some matches here that we can break to you here on NXT. And thank you guys for waiting for that. Cedric Alexander, our Cruiserweight champion, will be in action against Aerostar on TakeOver. Another big matchup will be the Reina de Reinas champion, Flammer, offering anyone on the main roster with SmackDown, Raw, WCW, ECW a chance at the title. And, well, the Judgment Days, Raquel Rodriguez said, I'll answer that, and I'll go and have that matchup against you at AAA TakeOver. We'll also see Starboy Charlie in action against TJP. That's going to be a good one as well. A big women's matchup with Melly the Fan, Chick Tormenta, and Fabi Apache versus La Catalina, Bailey, and Reina de la Muerte. That's going to be a nice one as well at TakeOver. We also have some qualifying matches because we are getting close to King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, and we'll let you know once we get there. And then we have a ladder match for the Cruiserweight Championship as well. It'll determine on the Cedric Alexander or Aerostar matchup who wins that one, because the winner of that will face Apollo for the Cruiserweight Championship for the Crucero title. And then we will have the closer Julio and Bruto with the OG Americano versus Bravo, Rayo, and El Grande Americano to close out our two-night event of TakeOver as well. And right now we're having ourselves a matchup right here between Briggs and Cartwheel. And they're attacking each other, going after it, and it's exactly what I expected Briggs to do, be dominant. And you know who I would love to see Briggs team up with? Someone that's also tall, just like him. And it's like how they had it in MLW before Baron Corbin arrived here, the Skyscrapers. I would love to see Josh Briggs and maybe Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, who we saw on NXT a week ago, why not see him with Josh Briggs? Why not pair him up together? Why not both of them not teaming up together and saying, you know what, let's get together, let's work something crazy. And before the match, Josh Briggs was saying, you know, I have the size and strength advantage, and Cartwheel has made a career of shocking people, but I'm going to shock you tonight. And he shocks him by giving a count-out win. Wow, he cheaps out and gets a count-out win. And Cartwheel's like, really, dude? Come on, man. He's like, really? This is the way you want to win this matchup? You want to win like this? You want to take a W like this, and this is how you feel confident about it, and you feel okay with this win? And Briggs is like, yeah, I feel real good with this win. Oh, well, he's taking the win this way, and Josh Briggs gets a W. Not the way I thought he should have, but hey, it is what it is. Fallon, Henley, Lainey, Reid in the ring. Fado Influence is in there. And here comes Reina de Reina champions, Flammer. And I got a chance to speak to her earlier about her partner and her match at AAA TakeOver. And she was pretty calm about it. I said, look, I've been a champion for a long time. I've been a long time Reina de Reina champion, so I've seen it all, and I can handle anything that comes my way. And Raquel Rodriguez, that's definitely a challenge because she brings the Judgment Day with her, and she brings Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Dominic Mysterio, and that big-headed guy Lord Farquaad with her. And I think I can do it. I can handle it without any background, but I still have to be aware that I need to be careful for her backup, because they're going to try to do whatever they can to help her win that championship. But I'm ready to take over, and I'm ready to make it my statement win. A statement win to prove to everybody that I'm that damn good. at being the top of AAA. And then I talked to her about her partner tonight, being Elyana Black. Does she trust her? And she knows that Elena's here because she's trying to get a favor from her, and that's get a chance at the title. She's like, look, I'm focusing on one thing at a time. Tonight we focus on trying to win this matchup against Fatal Influence, who believe they run NXT, who believe they run the wrestling world. And I want them to understand, don't come to AAA, don't come to WCW, don't come to the shows that I'm at and try to take over for me, because I run that. I'm the one that's running the business. I'm the one running everything here. So don't come after me like this. And there's a big shot there by Flammer, and Lainey. Lainey's tossing her across the ring right there. Flammer also currently the WCW United States Women's Champion, but that title was not brought in tonight. Again, we are going to have a celebration for her. The first time people want to see her with the U.S. Championship is going to be at Nitro, and WCW taking a break this week. No Nitro, no Thunder, so we'll have to wait until Nitro to see Flammer with her Women's United States Championship. Eric Bischoff just throwing those rules at us. It's hard when you have all these GMs and trying to work under one umbrella. It's definitely a challenge. But Flammer, look at her, deadly with that maneuver. Flammer right now just trying to send a message to the Fatal Influence. Elyana Black said, look, I had a great time here in NXT. I had friendships made. I had friendships broken here. I had a lot that happened here in NXT, and I feel like I didn't accomplish everything I wanted, but right now I'm in TNA, and I'm loving this this talent exchange where talent can go here and there. So I'm loving it because I want to come back here and prove that I got nothing to lose anymore. I can lose my matches. I'm still in a TNA wrestling superstar. I'm still there. And pinfall here as Lainey Reid trying to get the win, but Flammer kicking out. And it's going to take a lot to beat Flammer. It's not going to be easy. While Elyana watches this in the background right there. And I know the Fatal Influence has also been talking as well. They were saying, look, we ran NXT for a long time, and we still can do it, but we want to add more to it. We want to go more and get more acquisition. And that's where Flammer had to be like, stay away from AAA and stay away from WCW, and we'll be okay. But again, you never know. They're not naming names of where they want to go. But I think this is just Flammer trying to tell them, if you come to my wrestling companies that I'm at, you come to my brands, I'm going to make sure you don't do anything. You don't succeed. And again, it's a lot going on in NXT. Scouts everywhere. PLEs coming everywhere. Working with other promotions like ECW, TNA, AAA, Raw, SmackDown, WCW. We'll work with everyone, and we like that. We even get our NXT superstars on Velocity and main event as well, usually facing main roster stars. Sometimes even getting wins. That's the crazy part. And we work with the Evolve too, because the stars of Evolve want to come to NXT to take on the next step. And look at this. Almost like a rolling thunder, but she got a headbutt onto it. And Flammer, the Reina de champion and the U.S. Women's Champion, going for a kick right here onto the thigh, I guess. That's a kick to the thigh that definitely never feels well, and it definitely ruins the way you can walk for the next couple days. As Fallon Henley, the Speed Champion, the Women's Speed Champion, and she'll be defending that championship. She'll be defending it at Velocity, and I can't wait to see how that goes for her. And where is Lainey going? Lainey back. Oh, getting smacked. And again, that goes to prove that our NXT talent's everywhere, man. And wait, Flammer, spring. Oh, God. That's what it sounds like. That's what that move makes you sound like when you're done. And Flammer trying to get the win here, but a save. A save. And that's got to be annoying. You just gave her one of your biggest moves, and then Fallon Henley just comes in and says, okay, I'm going to break that up real quick. And counter now. And now the Fatal Influence and Elyana Black on the other side. Hasn't made a lot of noise here tonight, but Flammer's okay with that. A roll-up. The most dangerous move in all of sports entertainment. Oh, my God, it's going to work. And she got the better of her. Flammer and Elyana Black victorious. And Flammer laughing at JC Jane telling her. That's funny to me because you guys lost. Bunch of losers. Bye-bye. But again, if you made it all the way to the end, thank you guys for watching. As we are on a great path right now. And we are on a great road here. And I'm excited to keep doing this every night. And thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.